It's October in the 2012 BassSoldiers bikini calendar. What does the month of January, a big worm, and warm weather have in common? You'll see. Check out where we have sent McCoy and George in this month's challenge.
The raindrops fall, they're falling so slow as I stare naked in my window. 'Cause in the night sky I feel I can fly with those feelings I feel as I look at you laying in my bed in the low.
Hey, what's up, BassSoldiers? George and I are down here in Central Florida. We decided to give you guys a treat after supporting us at last week's Knoxville Fishing Show, where you guys all came out and made our booth a really big success. So we decided to come down here on the Harris Chain of Lakes down in Central Florida, where the Bassmaster guys were last week. They caught them pretty good, and hopefully we can do the same. But wouldn't you know that when we decided to come down, a cold front came through yesterday. And if you know anything about Florida, you know that these Florida bass get pretty finicky when it gets cold. So we'll see if we can't get them to bite. We're going to fish your typical Florida vegetation, your lily pads, your toolies, buggy whips. Probably have to do a lot of flipping, slow way down to try to get these finicky fish to bite today. But hopefully we can get you some good footage. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks in Nashville. We're going to have a booth there as well. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see if we can't catch them.
So basically we're fishing these pads. We're taking a bait like this little beaver style. I got a ½ ounce weight on it. You could probably go as low as a quarter to get through, because we're just pitching it up in these little holes. Anywhere you see a little gap, pitch it up inside there. And it's pretty open below them pads. There's not a lot of vegetation except for the actual pad stem. So basically you just want to pitch it up in these little holes, pop it up and down, and depending on how the bass are, the bass's mood is that day, sometimes they want it right on the bottom, bumped off the bottom, but sometimes you got to bang it up against the top of the pad, because they'll be right suspended underneath the pad. So it just depends on kind of what stage they're in. You kind of have to experiment throughout the day to figure that out, but that's what we're doing, just pitching up in these holes.
Well, to start, not the kind of fish we're looking for here in the Harris Chain in Florida, but just pitching around these mats of lily pads. Lily pads have harder bottoms, so typically when they're spawning, they want to go up into these pads. But in a cold front, we're trying to find them right now. Hopefully we can find them deep up in these pads. But we'll see. He hit it pretty good. Felt a good thump.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but George has got his bait right now on that bed. You see that big white mark? I don't know if you can pick up the fish. The fish is just right here off on the right side. He's looking at it, and he's definitely holding. He's guarding on something. I mean, it's a smaller fish. It's probably the male. He's right there.
You got to put that thing dead center of that darkness. He's out. He's nose down. 100%. Oh my God! So cool.
Oh, he got. Oh!
That's what he done a while ago, see?
took your thing?
Took the claws, both claws off of it. I'm just putting it in here and kind of texposing it so the hook will be up here. Still weedless, but as long as you bring your hook all the way through the body of the bait, you don't have to set the hook through that thickness of plastic. Just makes it a little easier for a hook set.
George got him to bite on that last cast. He's putting in a new one because that fish took the arms off of that bait. So he's still down. He's looking at it. He's turned back out away. He's got it. There he is. Yeah.
I know he's small, but that's a whole lot of fun. If you have never done that, and I know back at home a lot of times the water doesn't clear up enough where you can see the fish up and spawning. But yeah, that's a lot of fun to be able to see them, how they act on the bait and how they react to it, where it's at. To find out the actual spot in the bed that'll make that fish react, it's a really cool deal. Let's see, maybe, hopefully we can catch a bigger one. Hope we can find some bigger ones on the bed.
Oh, he just broke me off, dude. He's got it. That's it. We're done. Damn it. It's in his mouth. It's in his mouth.
Hurt him. He sat right there and chewed on it.
Come on, George. George has got the little one. Are you sure that's a little one?
Mm-hmm. That's a small one.
we need to put him in the box.
Is my bait in his mouth?
No, spit it out.
Hopefully that was the one. Hopefully the big old female's not back there pissed off.
I hope y'all got to see that. We got two big fish on the bed right here in front of us. This is a buck, believe it or not. The other fish is bigger than this one. He got it good. If y'all saw the sequence, McCoy actually broke the fish off, but it didn't really, his line broke and it didn't really bother the fish. It stayed right there. Yeah, the big one's still in there. But this is the day after a cold front, and they're still up here trying to bed. We're going to keep after and see if we can get the other one to bite.
That right there is what you expect to see when you're down in Florida. See the big old gator and his little baby. We don't want to get close. He's got babies with him. He's just out here sunning.
Get him out here. Yeah, nice little too. Look at this fish George got. All hung up in my brain. This is how you want to do it.
Here you go, guys. They're a little slow, but they're starting to get there. We'll say this one goes for, how about Hunter back in Tennessee?
fishing this grass flat. Got off the bank a little bit because these fish are post-frontal, so they like to hang out in these grass beds, and we've been taking our time trying to figure this out. It took a while. George has been getting a lot of bites on this big black worm, so I decided to throw a little Carolina rig in here. First cast, get hooked up. That's the kind of fish you catch here in Florida. That's why we came here. You can see, I mean, with just a tiny little Carolina rig. Very small finesse version of the rig. You want to keep it so that bait's just floating right above the surface of that submerged grass, and that grass is probably only 3 feet deep. But yeah, it's a start. First cast. See if we can't make a few more passes of this. So, cheers. George is on. It's about 5 minutes later from the fish we just caught.
It's good fish. Like McCoy was saying earlier, we just got on this grass flat, and it seems to be loaded with fish. We're just trying to tinker around with different techniques right now to see what we can come up with about what would be the best approach. He just got through catching that good one on a lighter Carolina rig, and I'm throwing a 10-inch black and blue worm with a small slip sinker. But if we'll catch them like that, we'll keep showing them to you. Ugh, thank you, little guy.
George's fish right here. Bobby got his worm. They're all heavy. I got some good bellies on them. Starting to pan out now. When we first got down here, George and I talked about this. We said, most likely, you'll get the bites out here in the deeper grass. But we didn't think that'd be fun for you to watch, so we try to stay in the pads and stuff all day. But sure enough, we get back out here to this grass, and catching them is good video. That's all that matters. So I think that's what we're gonna do for a while.
So we're using this power pole that we got on the boat to basically anchor us real quickly when and if we get a bite or catch a fish. That way we can really work the area pretty thoroughly. And what I'm basically doing is I got 2 switches on the front of my boat right next to my trolling motor mount. That way when my foot's on the trolling motor, when I want to go to put the power pole down, I just put my foot on the switch. And when I put the foot on the switch, the power pole is going to just want to drop. And once it locks you in, you're set. It's like a little shallow water anchor. That's what they're all about. Try you out a power pole and it'll keep you where you want to fish.
Oh, it's a toad. Bacon, guys. Ooh, it's a good one. Pig. Oh, yeah. Another one. The best tool you can have is a George in the boat. You get you a George in the boat, and he bird dogs him, and every time he misses, you throw in behind him, and you catch that fish. George, you can get him at any Bass Pro, $24.99. plus food. That's right, plus food and lodging. Look at the way he took that bait. I'm going to tell you which bait that is until he gets on board. It's another 5-pounder, right? 4.5. Good fish.
That's always holding it too.
You missed him right here, dude.
This is getting to be more fun.
And honestly, we haven't even moved. Once we got that first bite, I set that power pole down, and we've literally been in the same spot. We're just fishing along this little grass edge, making it. It's almost the same cast over and over, and they're just somehow just stacked up in that little grass bed right there. So see if we can't stain out a few more. So another good one.
They're so strong.
This is literally the very next cast.
Yeah, McCoy just released a fish that he caught, which it was 5 pounds. This one, still 3.5. Like I told McCoy just a minute ago, this is getting fun. I think somebody released it.
Did another pass on the same stuff that we've been fishing, and basically we hit the same. I'll pull down by the way. Basically hit the same waypoint basically that we caught a bunch earlier, and probably contacted the same school. These fish are all chunky.
Another little fish, but another good bite. Still fishing the same outside edge of this grass. We're just drifting down with the wind, letting the wind push us down the grass line, the outside edge of it. And they're just, it seems like the gaps in the grass, the little pockets, the little areas where the grass is, where you got sandy bottom. Seems like that's where they're holding up.
There we go. Good one.
Alright guys, getting late in the day. I hope y'all can see this okay. I know the sun's at my back. Let me try and shade you a little bit. But they're still biting some. We, to be honest with you, the bugs are eating us up. But we're going to try and keep after it for a little bit more, see if we can get you another fish or two.
Watch carefully, you don't want to miss the incredible the trophy McCoy lands on his way to a huge day 2.
We just started here this morning, same spot we got on him yesterday, to see if we can't get him to still bite. It took a little while. We're trying different things. He choked it good. Come to Papa. Not a bad way to start the morning. Same deal as yesterday. I picked up the Carolina rig. George is throwing that big worm. George has already got 2 bites. But like yesterday when we first got here, they were just real finicky. I put this Senko on, made like 3 casts on the rig, and sure enough picked one up. So see if we can't keep them up. He choked it good, dude. Another one on the rig. A decent fish. Just have a Senko on the Carolina rig as the trailer, and it seems to be working. We thought black was the key, but I think anything in that dark pattern, this is a June bug, I think it'll do the trick, so keep them coming. Coming to me quick. Big fish, guys. Just change locations to another grass edge. Good one. Same pattern basically. It's probably through 2 3/4, 3.
We wanted to come down and fish Harris Chain, and we want to really thank the people here at the Holiday Inn Express in Tavares. It's been a wonderful stay for us here. They've been very gracious and helpful in everything that we wanted to do. The best part about it is that you're centrally located. You can fish the whole Harris Chain from here. You got launch facilities very close. There's a restaurant within walking distance, and you don't even have to go to that restaurant to get breakfast. They'll serve you a hot breakfast here. It's been a great stay for us, and if you want to come down and fish the Harris Chain, we highly suggest that you stay at the Holiday Inn Express in Tavares. At the end of the video, we'll give you all the contact information that you'll need to make your stay.
Another good knot. Oh, relax, brother. They're all chunky fish. Having fun, boy. Having fun now. Oh, he got it good. Chunks. Florida chunks. Oh, this is good. This is how you don't want to land a fish. Another good one. They're all 2 3/4-ish, 3. Push maybe 2 3/4. They're all heavy. Got belly on them. That's a post. That looks like a pre-spawn fish, really. Ah. like no other. This is a 10-pounder right here. Oh yeah, look at that, boy.
My goodness.
That is a fish. Man, that is why we come here. Look at the total. Look at the mouth on that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's easily 10. I don't have a scale, dude. Feel that. That is easily 10 pounds.
It's a monster. It's an absolute monster.
Oh my goodness.
You need to, yeah, that sounds good.
Goodness, my goodness. That is a toad, guys. Oh my god, feel that, George. Oh, tell me that. Tell me that's not 10. It's 8, 9, something.
It's over 8.5. I'd say. Yeah, it may be 10.
Oh, I wish I had a scale.
It's just a beast.
Oh goodness. Same deal. We're just throwing this rig. We went up in them shallows. You saw some of that video of us going shallow. Came back here to one of these spots we found yesterday. Just a big grass flat and like 4 feet of water. But this is what we came here for. I'm gonna put her back in. I don't want her to be out that long. Thank you, girl. That was awesome. Awesome. Woo! Yes, sir. Florida bound. Alright guys, this is how we caught these fish. We caught them several different ways. In Florida you can pretty much fish around the pads, do all that typical vegetation stuff. But the two primary baits that we used to catch them was, the first one was this typical Texas rigged big worm. That's a 10 or 12 inch worm. Basically Texas rigged, which is just a sliding sinker and a big worm hook. And we were using a really light weight. That's 3/16 ounce. You could even probably go a little bit lighter. And this is 20-pound fluorocarbon line. That grass was real sparse, and it was sitting in about 3 to 4 feet of water. And we would sit our boats there, and we'd make these casts into the grass, and we would just basically slowly work that worm right on the top of the grass. And we were getting a lot of bites on this big worm. Caught a couple good fish on it. But the primary bait, the way I caught that 10-pounder and the way I caught that 26-pound sack, was basically a slightly different variation of trying to do the same thing. We're trying to keep that worm just over the surface of that grass. And And what I did for that is I tied up a really light finesse Carolina rig. We do this a lot in California. Just a tiny little barrel swivel, barrel weight, and there's a little rubber stopper right here, because it's such a light weight that you don't need to tie up the whole Carolina swivel mainline leader deal that it comes standard with a Carolina rig. So this is just basically a lightweight rubber stopper up about 2 feet up the line, and then a weightless. The Senko was doing really well, but also that finesse worm, just a standard black finesse worm. But today I caught a lot on this Senko. The big one came on the Senko. So light Carolina rig and Texas rig worm. Those are the two techniques that we really put the big ones in the box. Try these out whenever you get around grass, and the grass is slightly submerged, so you can get it up and over that grass and see if you can't match the same day that I had today. Good luck out there. George just hooked one. Another nice fish.
You can't believe how hard these fish fight. I mean, they pull. Even for a fish that size, he'll stretch his string for sure. Yeah, we're still working off that 10-pounder a minute ago. We're about 50 feet down from where that fish came from. And we'll just keep after him. No tags.
So hard to walk away. I'll play my part, the part you want me to play. And you be you and I'll be me. And it sounds so simple. Man, I gotta believe now. You gotta believe, I wanna believe. You wanna believe, you got to believe. I gotta believe, believe in me. I gotta believe, yeah. Little baby, stay with me tonight. Little darling, pray with me tonight. Little baby, find a way tonight. Little baby, it'll be alright. Sometimes you just got to let go, trust in yourself, having faith that you'll know if you wanna.
That'll wrap up Florida. We had a good time. It was great to get out, get down here, a little bit different atmosphere. A little bit warmer, get the short britches on, have a good time. Fish we caught yesterday, we caught a few fish doing a couple of different things, but the pattern held today. What you needed to do was get out on that deeper grass lines, and probably had about 20 pounds yesterday, but you should ask McCoy how his day went today.
This is why I love getting outside my home state, get off my local waters. I caught probably 26 pounds. You saw that 10-pounder I caught in a couple fives. But 26 pounds isn't a bad trip, and this is why you come to Florida, and this is why you want to leave your stuff and go experiment. Get off of your normal patterns and try some different stuff out. That's what BassSoldiers is all about. Versatility, trying to get out there, test different stuff, and teach you guys ways that you can apply these techniques to your local waters, or if you want to go out on a vacation, trying something new, what to expect. But we're going to sign off from Florida. It was an awesome trip. We'll see you guys soon here in Nashville at the next fishing show. And you California boys, we'll be there in about a month. Don't worry. BassSoldiers, they're there to represent. We'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.
Don't forget to pick up your copy of the 2012 BassSoldiers Bikini Calendar on the website or at one of the many events we attend where you can get your copy signed by the girls.